Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man 3. Ready to start off with Gemini Man stage. Since it's Gemini Man, that means we get to kill my brother, because he's a Gemini, and I'm Aries, so screw him! Nah, just kidding. He's a Gemini though, but anyways. For this beginning part of the stage, we're going to use the Shadow Blades right off the bat, because they're pretty good for it. And like I said, they're pretty much like a toned-down version of the Metal Blade. I think they realized, lucky there, that those were a little too OP in Mega Man 2, so they try to balance these. And I think they're still pretty useful. The main differences is that you get 2 shots per energy, as opposed to 3. The blades don't go all the way across the screen anymore, they kind of boomerang back, so that's okay. Power-wise, I'm not exactly sure any difference, but these are pretty powerful. But the main difference is that you can't shoot down or down diagonal with these like you could with the Metal Blades, so I think that was their way of balancing it, and I think that was a pretty decent trade-off. They're still fairly useful, but you can't use them for every situation like you could the Metal Blades. Because let's be honest, well, those were way too good. There was no reason pretty much to use almost any other weapon. Ah, we got this guy again. Okay, come on. What, you wanna fight? You wanna fight? Come see that to my face. Come on over here. Let's do this. Hey, where you going? I don't know. We just have like a stare-off, and then he just decides to leave. But he helps us out by opening the hole. I don't know. He's fighting us 1 minute, then he's helping us the next. I don't know. These here, I don't know what they are. All I know is, as a kid, I was obsessed with these. I had to destroy every single one. I would not leave a single one untouched. Now, don't care. Just clear the pathway and just move on. They drop stuff, but not like I really need it. Got a bunch more here. And then, oh, we get stuck. You can't just slide past that. You have to clear the way more. Got a bunch more up here, so we're gonna bust out the rush coil. Bypass a bunch of them. And we're good. Shouldn't be any more for the rest of the stage. Bring out the blades again. Oh, got him. Waiting for him to shoot his penguins. Oh! The timing of the penguins is kind of sporadic. I don't think there's really a set pattern to them. So I usually just get hit by that guy. The second one over here. No, I'm just gonna take the hits. Gonna take the hits. Gonna take them. Take them to the face. A little lazy there. I don't care because we got some health here. Here we have a optional place to use the Rush Marine. Now the Rush Marine was a thing that they didn't use it for too long. They eventually phased it out. They kept the Rush Coil in the other thing, but I don't know. I think it's just because this has such a limited use. It has to be at a water park. Coil can be used all sorts of places on land. You can actually jump with it, so you can jump out of the water. The thing to keep track of though is that the weapon energy is ticking down while you're in it, whether you're in the water or not. So don't run out when you're in the water, or you're gonna die. And you can even I thought this was so that you can just jump around with it on land, so I don't know. It was kind of amusing. Ultimately though, they got rid of it. Bust out some more top spin. Oh, there we go. Back to full health. And that's good because I'm going to need it. So we're at the end of the stage here. These big guys, the classic big hopper things that do a ton of damage when you touch them. Take them out with 3 metal, you know what I mean, Shadow Blades. You just gotta shoot them when their eyes are open. So here we go. And since he's Gemini Man, he splits himself! Very appropriate. When you shoot at him, he fires back. Depending on where they're positioned, you might have only 1 fire at you, you might have both. There we go. This is how you do it. If you do it right, they don't even really get a chance to fire, because they're either like both in the air or just landing, so they don't have time to get one off. But when you get him down to about half health, oops, he mixes it up, he goes solo, and then he gets hit, because I'm dumb. When you shoot, he jumps. So use that to your advantage. Doesn't always seem to go off for some reason though. use that to keep crossing over back and forth. Just die. Oh, that's gonna hurt a lot if it hits me. There we go. That Gemini laser hurts a lot. The Gemini laser, it's pretty powerful. It's like a really concentrated blast, but the main thing about it is that it reflects off of walls, but I don't really have too much use for it. So I'll only be using it for a couple of things, mostly just for the damage. Alright, that stage is down. Next, we are going to move on to Needleman. Just like the last stage, we'll get to use our new weapon right off the bat, because the laser is great for these porcupine things. You shoot it fast enough, they don't have a chance to fire off their spikes or do their rolling animation where they're immune to damage. You just one-shot them in the face and go. So I like the power for this weapon, I just don't really care too much for the effect, for the bouncing. I just didn't really find a good use for it, but at least it's got power behind it. Speaking of power, we're going to switch to the magnets here. Because they're great for when you want to be lazy and you don't have to aim. This guy's a little tricky, especially when your weapon doesn't go off for whatever reason. Now he respawns. There we go. Sometimes the weapon just doesn't fire, I don't get it. Coming down here, we got these spike hazard things. I wouldn't really necessarily call them traps, because you can clearly see them coming, but just time it carefully, slide around if you have to wait. The only thing to be careful about is that their hitbox is a little bigger than it looks. At least that's what I found, so just be aware of that. Here, I get one shot, one kill. Alright, got it. You shoot it just between there, you can get him before he goes into his rolling animation. Grab an E-Tank. I think I didn't mention before about the E-Tanks. In Mega Man 2, you could only have 4. They also weren't even really called E-Tanks, I don't think. They were just like the blue dots, maybe they were just called E. Taking some E. But, here you can get up to, I think, 9. Oh, I'm out of weapon energy. At least I think 9's the limit. 9 became the limit for the later games, so I'm just gonna assume it's that for this one. These guys again. I never liked these guys just because of how much damage they did. I felt like it was too unfair that if you touched them, you just lose like half your life. It's just ridiculous. But okay, got through just fine. However, for Needleman, him and Shadowman, they give me the most trouble, so we'll see how this goes. It's just because of his random nature. He'll either do two attacks. He'll either shoot those, shoot his needles, or he'll shoot that thing forward. The needles probably do the least damage, I think. I think what does the most damage, honestly, is if you make contact with them. I think it does a crap ton of damage. So just don't do that. That's really the main thing. And if you get lucky, he kind of gets stupid. He'll just kind of stand there and just jut forward, not even getting near you. Nah, man, that's sloppy. Oh, got lucky there. Getting a little lucky on his AI for this. Whoa! I've seen someone do like a no damage fight for this guy. Pretty impressive. He's all weaving in between the needles. I got really lucky here. He hasn't really been that much of a pain. Although at the same time, I think part of it's just because I have been doing practicing. So it's not so bad anymore, I guess. He used to give me a lot more trouble than that. So for this, we get the needle cannon, which it's pretty much just like a machine gun buster. I think the power is pretty much the same. It's just rapid fire, so it's got some use to it, but I won't be using it too much. And we also get the rush jet, which is broken in this game. You'll see why later. And 2 more bosses down, 2 more to go. But before I end this one, I want to go back to Gemini Man stage and show off a couple of extra things, so I'll be right back. So coming back into Gemini Man stage, when you reach the part where Breakman opens up the barrier for you, if you come into the screen sliding and jump at the right time, you can actually bypass the whole barrier. But this causes the game to freak out a little. For one, the whistling actually gets to keep going. This is another way that you get to hear it. But then the music never comes back. And then one other thing gets changed in the stage, but we gotta reach it first. But before that, here's another glitch. Normally you get Rush Jet from Needleman after you beat him, and it goes into the bottom right there with the other Rush utilities. But before you do that, if you have Shadow Blade, and you press to the right, what's selected? You actually have Rush Jet selected right now, and if you pick it, get some weapon energy, use it for at least 1 pixel of it, you magically get Rush Jet early. It's just a weird way you can glitch to get it a little bit early in the game, I suppose. It's not really that useful, but I thought that was pretty cool. But, I need to get ahead, so actually, I'll just cut ahead to the next part, so be right back. So here's the part that's also glitched. When you reach the point where you reach the penguins, you come here, and their graphics are just all jacked up. It looks like it's using part of the sprites from Snake Man stage. I don't know. It's the only enemy thing that gets glitched for the rest of the stage here. I think nothing else gets altered. I don't know why, though. So besides the music not coming back and then this glitch, that's all that really happens, but this is how we always used to play this stage, just because we'd always try to do it. If you mess up the jump, though, after the slide, then you have to do it the normal way, but it's just a fun little thing. I don't know. Anyways, cutting back out now. Okay, so back out the main game. So we've got 2 more bosses left to go. We got Hardman and Sparkman, and in the next video, we are going to start off with Hardman. So, I'll see you then.